There's a quiet discomfort most men over 60 live with, but rarely talk about. You feel the pressure deep in your lower abdomen. The urge to urinate hits you more often than it should, especially at night. You wake up multiple times, walk to the bathroom half asleep, only to feel like you haven't fully emptied your bladder. That sense of urgency follows you through the day. In meetings, on walks, even in the moments that used to bring you closeness with your partner. And yet, when you go to your doctor, you're told it's normal, just part of getting older. You're given pills, maybe even told to prepare for surgery. But what if that wasn't the full truth? What if nature already held the solution, not in a lab or a pharmacy, but in something as simple as the fruits you walk past every day at the grocery store? My name is Dr. Juliana. I've been a men's health specialist for over 20 years. I've sat across from thousands of men who were strong, capable, intelligent, but who felt betrayed by their bodies as they aged. What they all had in common wasn't just an enlarged prostate, it was confusion, frustration, a feeling that their options were limited. But I'm here to tell you something that may surprise you. The prostate isn't your enemy, and shrinking it, relieving the pressure, improving the flow, restoring your confidence, doesn't always require synthetic medications or invasive treatments. In many cases, it starts with what you put on your plate. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 essential fruits that I've recommended for years to my patients. Fruits that are scientifically supported to reduce prostate inflammation, ease urinary symptoms, and help regulate the hormonal imbalances that cause the gland to enlarge in the first place. These are not exotic superfoods from the other side of the world. They are accessible, affordable, and most importantly, effective. I'll also tell you about a 6th bonus fruit that acts as a natural DHT blocker, a hormone responsible for prostate enlargement. And at the end, I'll walk you through a simple daily plan you can start tomorrow morning. No gimmicks, no supplements, just food your body recognizes and uses to heal. Let's start with the first fruit. It's red, familiar, and often overlooked. I'm talking about the tomato. More specifically, cooked tomatoes. When tomatoes are cooked, they release a powerful antioxidant called lycopene. Lycopene is one of the most studied natural compounds in relation to prostate health. Research from Harvard and several other major institutions has shown that men who consume higher levels of lycopene have a significantly reduced risk of developing prostate enlargement and even prostate cancer. Why? Because lycopene helps to reduce oxidative stress, the internal inflammation that causes tissues like the prostate to swell, stiffen, and press against the bladder. I remember one of my longtime patients, George. He was 67, a retired architect, and told me he was waking up 6 or 7 times a night. He was exhausted. I didn't prescribe him a pill. Instead, I asked him to start adding cooked tomato paste to his meals every day, just a few spoonfuls. Within 3 weeks, George called me and said, "Doctor, I can finally sleep again. I wake up maybe once now. It feels like a part of me is unclenching." That's the power of lycopene, not just improving symptoms, but giving men their lives back, starting from the inside out. The second fruit is creamy, green, and often considered a trendy health food. But its benefits for men over 60 are profound. I'm talking about the avocado. This fruit is packed with healthy fats, particularly monounsaturated fats, which are the building blocks your body needs to create balanced levels of testosterone. But more importantly, avocados contain a compound called beta-sitosterol. This plant sterol has been shown in multiple clinical studies to improve urinary symptoms in men with enlarged prostates, specifically by reducing swelling and promoting better flow. Another patient, Samuel, age 71, came to see me after being on prescription medication for over 2 years. He was tired of the side effects, low libido, mood swings, and feeling constantly off. I asked him to add just half an avocado to his breakfast every day. It seemed too simple to him at first, but a month later, he looked 10 years younger, his energy was back, his urine stream was stronger, and for the first time in years, he said he felt in control of his own body again. The third fruit might surprise you. It's small, colorful, and often thought of as just a sweet snack or smoothie ingredient. But for prostate health, it's one of the most powerful allies you can have. The berry. Specifically, I'm talking about dark-colored berries like blueberries, blackberries, and acai. These fruits are rich in a group of antioxidants called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are what give berries their deep, vibrant hues, but their power goes far beyond appearance. These compounds reduce oxidative stress in the body, calm systemic inflammation, and protect the delicate cells of the prostate from chronic damage. In many ways, oxidative stress is like rust forming inside your tissues. It stiffens, it irritates, and it accelerates the growth of tissues, including the prostate. By introducing a consistent source of antioxidants into your diet, you can slow down or even begin to reverse that process. But the benefits of berries go beyond general inflammation. Many studies have found that men with higher intakes of vitamin C and polyphenols, both abundant in berries, tend to have lower PSA levels, fewer urinary issues, and better overall prostate function. Vitamin C is also essential in reducing swelling of the prostate gland, which means less pressure on the bladder and less urgency to urinate. One of the most overlooked benefits of berries, though, is their effect on insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control. Elevated blood sugar and insulin resistance have been linked to prostate enlargement through their effects on hormonal balance and systemic inflammation. When you eat berries regularly, you're not just protecting the prostate directly, you're improving metabolic health, which plays a hidden but critical role in prostate function. Let me share the story of Thomas, age 69. He was an active man, a former high school coach who still walked every day. But he struggled with constant discomfort and the dreaded bathroom sprints during family events. He'd tried medications, even reduced his water intake in fear of triggering urgency. When I reviewed his diet, I noticed he ate very few fruits, especially no berries. I asked him to start simple, 1 cup of mixed dark berries each morning, preferably with breakfast or blended into a low-sugar smoothie. Within 2 weeks, he noticed he was urinating less frequently. By 4 weeks, he was down from 5 bathroom trips per night to just 2. More importantly, his energy was steadier, his digestion improved, and he even felt more emotionally grounded. There's something incredibly stabilizing about restoring your nutritional foundation. Berries may seem small, but their effects are deep. So if you're looking for a fruit that does triple duty, protecting your cells, easing inflammation, and supporting hormonal and metabolic health, don't underestimate the power of berries. Eat them fresh, frozen, or blended. Just keep them whole and avoid sugary juices or processed forms. One simple bowl a day can make a powerful difference over time. Your prostate and your energy will thank you for it. The fourth fruit is one that many men think of as just a refreshing summer treat, but few realize how deeply it can impact prostate health. I'm talking about watermelon, a bright red, juicy fruit that's far more than just water and sugar. Watermelon is rich in a compound called citrulline, which converts into another amino acid called arginine inside the body. Arginine, in turn, helps your body produce nitric oxide, a molecule that plays a vital role in relaxing blood vessels, improving circulation, and ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach the areas that need them most. For men dealing with an enlarged prostate, this is a game changer. When blood flow improves in the pelvic region, the tissues surrounding the prostate become less congested, less inflamed, and less likely to press against the bladder. That means less urgency, less discomfort, and fewer sleepless nights. But circulation isn't the only way watermelon helps. It also acts as a natural diuretic, meaning it helps flush excess fluids from the body gently without overstimulating the bladder like caffeine or prescription diuretics can. For men experiencing the frustrating sensation of never fully emptying their bladder or that constant need to go again minutes after urinating, watermelon offers both hydration and relief. Its high water content hydrates the body efficiently, while its gentle cleansing action reduces pressure on the urinary tract. And unlike some synthetic treatments, it does all this without disrupting your hormones or causing unwanted side effects. There's another lesser-known benefit of watermelon. It supports kidney health, which is often closely linked to prostate function. When the prostate becomes enlarged and begins pressing on the urethra, it can create a backup of pressure that affects the bladder and eventually the kidneys. Watermelon helps reduce that chain reaction by promoting smoother flow and reducing inflammation throughout the system. And because it's low in calories and high in nutrients like vitamin C, vitamin A, and magnesium, it supports the immune system and hormonal balance in parallel, both of which are essential for healing the prostate naturally. I once worked with a gentleman named Albert. He was 74 and very skeptical of natural remedies. He said, "Doctor, I've been eating fruit my whole life, and I still ended up here." But when I asked what kind of fruit, he couldn't remember the last time he'd had watermelon. I explained the science and suggested he start with 2 modest servings daily, one mid-morning and one after dinner. Within 3 weeks, Albert reported that he was sleeping through the night more often, and the sensation of pressure in his lower abdomen had eased considerably. Even more, his digestion and energy improved. He laughed and said, "Maybe this fruit's smarter than I thought." Watermelon is proof that the simplest foods often carry the most overlooked power. If you're dealing with a swollen prostate, sluggish flow, or nighttime urgency, don't just hydrate with plain water. Use watermelon as your ally, a natural, delicious way to cool inflammation, support circulation, and restore ease to your system. It's not just a summer snack, it's part of your healing toolkit. The 5th fruit on our list might come as a surprise to many because it's often associated with autumn decorations and sweet desserts. But make no mistake, pumpkin is a nutritional powerhouse, especially for men over 60 dealing with an enlarged prostate. Though many people think of it as a vegetable, pumpkin is technically a fruit, and it carries a rare combination of nutrients that target the root causes of prostate growth. One of the most critical elements found in pumpkin, particularly in its seeds, is zinc. This essential mineral plays a central role in male hormonal health, immune regulation, and prostate function. Low zinc levels are consistently linked with enlarged prostates, elevated PSA levels, and increased levels of DHT, the hormone that contributes most aggressively to prostate tissue growth. By restoring zinc through pumpkin seeds, you're directly addressing the hormonal imbalances that lead to inflammation and swelling. But zinc is only part of the story. Pumpkin seeds are also packed with plant compounds called phytosterols, natural substances that mimic cholesterol in structure, but function very differently. Phytosterols have been shown to inhibit the conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone, DHT, the hormone responsible for triggering abnormal prostate cell growth. By gently reducing DHT levels, pumpkin seeds act similarly to common pharmaceutical drugs prescribed for prostate issues, such as finasteride, but without the side effects that often accompany synthetic hormone blockers. This natural action helps shrink the prostate, ease bladder compression, and restore normal urinary function over time. Even the flesh of the pumpkin, the bright orange part often used in soups and purees, offers powerful support. It contains beta-carotene, a potent antioxidant that the body converts into vitamin A. This compound helps reduce inflammation, supports immune defense, and protects the epithelial cells that line the bladder and urinary tract. Together, the seeds and the flesh form a complete system of nourishment that addresses inflammation, hormonal balance, and tissue repair all at once. I'll never forget Henry, one of my more stoic and skeptical patients. At 69, he had tried nearly every pill prescribed to him for his prostate symptoms, and he hated how they made him feel: sluggish, emotional, and, in his words, less of a man. He came to me not expecting much. I told him to do just one thing: eat a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds every night, and have a bowl of pumpkin soup or puree a few times a week. After 6 weeks, he looked different. His eyes were brighter, his posture had changed. He told me his nightly bathroom visits had dropped from 4 to just 1, and more importantly, he felt sharp, steady, and masculine again. "I never thought something this simple could work," he said, "but I feel like myself again." Pumpkin is humble, affordable, and often overlooked, but it delivers results. It tackles prostate swelling on 3 fronts: by restoring zinc, blocking excess DHT, and calming inflammation. If you're serious about supporting your prostate naturally, make pumpkin a regular part of your diet. Your body will recognize it, your prostate will respond to it, and in time, you may feel a sense of relief and control you haven't felt in years. Now that you've learned about these 5 essential fruits, tomatoes, avocados, berries, watermelon, and pumpkin, the next question becomes, how do you put this into action without turning your life upside down? The answer is simpler than you might think. You don't need to follow a strict diet or change everything overnight. What matters most is consistency and timing, giving your body the right signals at the right time, day after day. I call this the morning and evening reset plan, and it's something I've used with patients for years to help their prostate gently but steadily return to a healthier size and function. Each morning, begin your day with a glass of warm water. This gets your digestive and urinary systems moving gently. After that, have a breakfast that includes half an avocado and 1 cup of mixed berries. The healthy fats from the avocado will provide hormonal support and reduce inflammation, while the berries deliver antioxidants and blood sugar stability. If you're in a rush, blend them together in a smoothie with unsweetened almond milk. Fast, easy, and effective. Around mid-morning or early afternoon, enjoy a bowl of fresh watermelon. It will hydrate your body, improve blood flow to the pelvic region, and help cleanse the bladder. For lunch or dinner, aim to include a few spoonfuls of cooked tomato sauce or paste with olive oil. This could be part of a soup, a stew, or even used as a dressing over roasted vegetables. The key is to get a daily dose of lycopene in its most absorbable form. And in the evening before bed, have a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, about 1 to 2 tablespoons. This gentle ritual not only delivers zinc and phytosterols, but also provides a satisfying mineral-rich snack that helps balance hormones during the night. Over time, these foods begin to send your body a powerful message that you are no longer in a state of inflammation, imbalance, and dysfunction, but in a state of healing. Your prostate, when given the proper nourishment, doesn't resist this shift. It embraces it. Now, let me give you a bonus tip that I've shared with hundreds of patients, and those who use it consistently report faster and deeper results. It's a 30-second breathing exercise I call the pelvic release. Each morning and evening, take a moment to sit quietly. Place one hand over your lower abdomen. Inhale slowly for 4 seconds, feeling your belly expand, then exhale gently for 6 seconds, releasing tension from your pelvic floor. Repeat this 5 times. This simple act improves blood flow, relaxes the muscles surrounding the bladder and prostate, and reduces the subtle chronic tension that builds up when we're constantly worried about our symptoms. Nutrition fuels your healing, but relaxation gives your body permission to change. Use both. If you're still with me, I want you to know something important. Aging is not your enemy. The passing of time doesn't mean the end of vitality, confidence, or intimacy. What matters is how you choose to support yourself, how you nourish your body, and what you believe is possible. The 5 fruits I've shared with you today are more than just foods. They are tools, natural allies, gentle but powerful solutions that target the root of what's bothering you without side effects, without dependency, and without robbing you of your energy. If this video spoke to you, if you saw yourself in the stories I shared, then I ask one thing. Share this with someone you care about. A brother, a friend, a father, a neighbor, someone who deserves to know that they're not broken, that they have options, and that healing is still possible. Leave a comment below and tell me what you're struggling with most. I read every message, and I create future videos based on the needs you express. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode, because this isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where you reclaim your health, your confidence, and your power, naturally.